What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on FRC stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on the price chart and how we caught this movement to the upside that potentially brought us about 13% to its highest point, and we are still in green at about 10% of potential profit. Then I will continue with the fundamental news. I will show you why we have this spike in price with quite a good volume. And at the end of this video, I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis. And I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video just a couple of days ago, somewhere at these points, when this asset cost about $13.2, and my main assumption was that because of its oversold condition on higher time frames, on a daily time frame, as you can see, we were at extremely oversold level at 18.98 points, and especially on a weekly time frame, this asset was at 18.55 points, even lower. We had very good chances to hit some high targets because, as you can see, previously we had a lot of bearish pressure on this asset, and it lost from its swing high more than almost 90%. And I have to say that my main assumption is still the same. We have to see this bounce, but we have two ways. We still have two ways how we can see it, and I will show you it in my technical analysis. But for now, let's continue with the fundamental news. So, what was the reason? Let me switch again to hourly time frame. What was the reason of this more than 12% spike in its price? Let me show you this article that was published on April 19th on Yahoo Finance, and that is titled "Western Alliance Stock Surge Lifts First Republic as Regional Banks Rally." Regional lenders that were at the center of March's banking crisis got a boost from news of a deposit inflow at Western Alliance. And let me quote you further. The stock of Western Alliance surged roughly 24% Wednesday following an announcement that its deposits rose by $2 billion since the end of the first quarter, helping to lift First Republic Bank and other regional lenders at the center of last month's banking crisis. The Phoenix-based institution was one of many mid-sized banks that came under intense scrutiny following the seizures of Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank, the 16th and 29th largest banks in the United States. The stock of Western Alliance, which was 40th largest at the end of 2022, had been down more than 45% for the year before the stock shot up Wednesday. And let me quote you further. The investor reaction to Western Alliance boosted other banks that had affected by the turmoil in March, including First Republic and PacWest. First Republic's stock closed the day up roughly 12%, while PacWest was up 13%. So, definitely, it wasn't the news directly related to First Republic Bank, but we still have more bullish upside, more bullish sentiment on the table. And that is why we still might see the movement to the upside, and we still have our price targets legit for 100%. And let me show you where these price targets are. But before we dive deep into the technical analysis, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, let me show you this movement from its swing high. And as you can see, this movement to the downside was extremely harsh. As I already mentioned, this asset lost about 90% of its value from this swing high alone. And we have to see a bounce, but we have to be very cautious because fundamentally this asset should recover, and it should see the calm down on the storm, on the turbulence of the liquidity crisis. And I have to say that previously this bank was the recipient of roughly $30 billion in cash from other banks and major institutionals, and definitely this money helps it to stay afloat. On top of that, the US government told recently that they will not allow any banks to go under, and that is how we can rely on, from the fundamental standpoint, that probably this asset will go higher. And to project the targets where we might see at least a bounce, we have to pull the Fibonacci retracement tool from its swing high to swing low, and we have following levels. Let me show you this. First range of resistance will be at 0.236 Fibonacci retracement level at the price point of $43.87. Next one is at 0.382 at $63.58. It doesn't mean that we have to hit these targets, and also it doesn't mean that we cannot hit price targets higher. But it is the most common targets that we should see as the first and the second price target for this asset, and which implies, let me adjust this tool to the current level, to the level where we were just a couple of days ago. So it is almost 400% to the second price target and about 235% to the first price target. So let me show you the movement in details. Let's switch to 15 minutes time frame. And let me show you that we still have very good range of support at roughly $12 price point. As you can see, it didn't break this level. And I've told you that we should hover for quite some time inside this channel below $14.6 and above $12 mark. And depending on the price action, definitely we should make a conclusion where we might see the next major leg. And for now, with this increase in volume, as you can see, this volume for the last movement is much higher than the previous one, even if we take a look on the movement to the downside that was in the middle of March. And that is why we can assume that this asset will continue its movement to the upside, and it will not break this previous swing low. So what should you do if you want to enter the position? If my assumption is correct, you can accumulate your position with the stop loss slightly below this previous swing low, because in my opinion we have more chances to see the next leg to the upside that will break all the previous swing highs. And if it happens with the conviction of volume, we might see the trend continuation that will hit our targets of at least 230%. Otherwise, if this attempt to break this previous swing high will be unsuccessful, we might retest the lower range of support at $12.57 and about $12 mark. In this case, we still have the opportunity to see the bounce to the upside, but this bounce will be from the lower price points, and we might see something like this. From our current range, we might see this movement to the downside. We should retest first range of support, then we should have a bounce, retest second one, bounce, and we should break it to the downside. I don't think that we might go much deeper than $10 price point. Most likely we will see the trend reversal, and somewhere here, if it is the case, we will see a next leg to the upside that will eventually unload the entire movement that it had previously in mid-March. And if you want to see more confirmation, just wait for this asset when it breaks these previous resistances, and if it has this type of movement with the conviction of volume, somewhere on the retracement you will be able to re-enter your position with the more confirmation, but with the less potential profit to our price targets. So I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you.